Welcome, kindergartners. We're going to make our pottery today. We're going to make a pinch pot face bowl. Okay, should look something like this. It's a pinch pot bowl with a face on it. We're going to create it, and this one in this case has been fired. So once we make it, they're going to dry out. I'm going to fire them in the kiln, and they're going to be hard like that one. Then when that's done, we're going to come back and we're going to paint on some glaze and paint it the colors that we want, and I will fire it again and it will be glossy, shiny like this. All right, to make this clay pot, we're going to create it with a ball of clay. You're going to get a ball of clay. Tray of tools will be at your desk, and you'll get a cloth to work on, as well as you'll have a spray bottle. All right, so once you've got your clay ball, you're going to take a little bit of that clay out and set it aside. We're going to use that for the details, the eyes and nose and mouth and things like that. So now you're going to create this ball. I would just kind of wedge it just a little bit, kind of push it and turn, push and turn, work out any air bubbles that might be in the clay, as well as you want it one consistent piece of clay like this. Now you're going to form it into a ball. I would do that by either rolling it on the table, round and round you go, roll it between your hands, round and round you go, tap it where it sticks out a little bit, and form it. Now, once you've got this nice ball, you're going to pinch it. It's called a pinch pot because we pinch it. So we pinch out the center and turn. I just kind of pinch and turn, create that bowl. Now, I only do this for a little bit. Do not go crazy and keep pinching. Soon you'll have something that looks like a plate and not a bowl. So you just want to do a little bit of pinching and turning and smoothing, okay? You can smooth out if there's some areas that are a little bit got some crinkles in it. You can smooth those out with your thumb and finger. You also have your good friend the sponge, and he erases a lot of problems that you have there. If it's drying out just a little bit, you do want to use your spray bottle just a little bit. If you put too much water on it, it will get too slimy and difficult to work with. All right, now I've got a nice little bowl. I'm going to tap it on the table to give it a little bit of a bottom. And now I'm going to add some of the features to it, eyes, nose, and mouth. Now, I am going to add a couple of eyes. I'm going to roll a ball, and I'm going to flatten the ball. Okay, I'm going to make two eyes. Roll the ball and flatten the ball. Now, I can just attach those on there, but what happens oftentimes is clay dries out. And when a clay dries out and shrinks, things come off of it like that, and they just fall right off. No eyes. So what you want to do is rough up the surface. You can do that with any of the tools that you have in your tray. Rough up the surface, kind of what is called scoring. Rough up the surface, and this is going to help these two eyeballs stay on. And add just a little spritz of water, and then press it on. And press it on. Good. Make sure those are attached real nicely. Now I can make a nose and do the same thing. I can make a long nose, a skinny nose, a short nose, a fat nose, whatever you think you'd like to do. Score up and rough up that surface. Add the nose. I think in this case, because there's not a lot of room, and this is a bowl that has to sit on the table, I'm going to draw in a mouth. Very good. Now you can also use some tools to make some nostrils, maybe some eyeballs. Put those right in like that, and any other features. I have a little bit of clay. You're welcome to add maybe some ears. Same thing, flatten out a kind of a circle, add some ears. And make sure you score them, attach them, join them. Use your fingers to join together the clay, as well as maybe if you have a little bit extra, you can add any others. I can make a little tiny snake, roll it on the table, roll it between your hands, create like a little snake to make an eyebrow. Score score it, slip it, make sure it's attached really nicely. Now you're adding all those features that you're done. The last step is to do any smoothing out. Make sure it looks good. Smooth out any crackly areas, things that aren't joined together. You can join clay to clay, smooth it out, make sure it's good. Now, once you're done, you raise your hand. Mrs. Davidson is going to put your initials and your class number right here, and we're going to set them aside on a board. They will dry out. Like I mentioned, we will fire them. They'll be hard like this, and then we will proceed to paint them with glaze, and I'll fire them again, and we'll have this shiny, neat clay pot with a face on it. There you go. All done. Extra clay goes back in the bag. Tools go back in the tray. Your cloth goes back up at the table, and you can help with the other students to sponge off tables, and we'll put our paint shirts away and we'll be ready to go. Extra time, you can free draw. Thank you.